Welcome back inside the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave, part of the show where we get to take a little bit of time, talk about our final thoughts, something that really wowed us from the week of sports. So let's start here with Mr. Stoney.
As everyone knows by now, Ohio State won the premier NCAA playoff football national championship Monday night. Or was that Tuesday morning? It was so damn late. Well, that's a whole other discussion. What I can't figure out is why any Spartan, and in particular Michigan fans, were so happy with the result. Yeah, it gives the Big Ten some credibility, but the last time I checked, the trophy will be in that cesspool known as Columbus, not in Ann Arbor or East Lansing. The thought that it makes the other schools better is laughable. In fact, recruiting against the national champion for a player is harder, not easier. It's been a good 2015 so far for the Big Ten. Spartans won the Cotton Bowl, Wisconsin the Outback Bowl, Joe Pa got his wins back, and the prodigal son landed in Schembechler Hall. But remember, as long as Mr. Smug is still coaching in Columbus, the Buckeyes will be very difficult to beat, and that is another reason never to root for them. In fact, the only way a Michigan fan should ever root for Ohio State is if it helps them in the standings or they are playing ISIS.
Oh, that is some pretty solid stuff there, Stoney. I like that. Rod, you're up.
Tell them how you really feel, Stone. With so many successful college and pro teams in the state, we sometimes miss out on some of the other sports gyms in our areas. Take Detroit's own Wayne State women's basketball team, which is 13-1 now and ranked number 6 in the country in Division II this season, the highest in school history. The Warriors are tied for their third best start ever and are led by center Sharita Brown, who last year became the first team All-America selection for Wayne State basketball. Coach Carrie Lohr is in her 4th season at Wayne State and is 70-32 after taking over a program that was in dire straits. She was the 2013 League Coach of the Year, and now she's made them one of the best teams in Division II and a fun team to just go and watch. Guards Destiny Levita Stevens and Jackie Jones helped make Wayne State a good bet to make another NCAA tournament run this year. If you haven't taken the time to go down to Wayne State and see a Warriors game, it's only $5, free parking, and you get to see both the men's and women's game for that low price. You can catch their next home game on Saturday, January 31st, against Walsh at the Meth-I Center.
Thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. It's nice to see other teams succeed, especially when the glitz and the glamour are all over. All right, great story from the week for me comes from the Red Wings game last night. During intermission, retired Staff Sergeant Chris Cadotte was randomly selected to play the Score-O game, which is trying to shoot a puck into a small gap from center ice. Little did he know, it was all a huge setup. Take a look at this. His wife of just a year, Dana, who has been in Kuwait for the past 6 months of their marriage, jumped out of the truck to surprise him, and from there, the waterworks came down. Chris is a 24-year Army veteran, said it was the biggest surprise of his life. I'd like to applaud the Red Wings for setting up this reunion in such a fantastic way. They could have just given them tickets, but instead they went above and beyond to make this couple's day. I'd like to thank each and every service member, of course, for their patriotism so that we can all enjoy the freedoms that we do, talking about sports and goofing off with each other. Hey, Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave, guys, thanks so much for joining me this week. As always, fantastic stuff. Any final little quips for this week?
Cardale Jones. He did the right thing. You know why, Rod? Because it's something he wanted to do.
Well, I think he may have made a mistake. You got to strike while the iron's hot on some of these things, and I don't know if next year he's going to have that same opportunity.
Guys, thanks so much for joining me, and thank you for joining me back at home. I appreciate it so much each and every week. Make sure you keep following along, hashtag 7 Sports Cave. That'll do it for us here on the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave. Enjoy your Sunday, and go NFL Championship Sunday.